Hi guys, right, in this video we're going to have a look at how to expand single brackets, and later on I'm going to have a look at how we expand and simplify when we've got two single brackets as well. Okay, so if you want to look at how we do that, just skip a little bit towards the end. We're going to start off nice and easy with this first one here. So 2 on the outside, a plus 3 on the inside. The first thing to remember is that whenever we're expanding brackets, we are multiplying everything on the outside by everything on the inside. I'm going to use my little grid here, my little table, whatever you want to call it, purely and simply because when it comes to factorising, so putting it back into brackets, I quite like using this method. So when I'm expanding, I'll use the same method. So 2 is on the outside, so 2 is on the outside there. A plus 3 is in the brackets, so I'll put a plus 3 on the top. And again, just like I said, we are multiplying. So 2 times a will give me 2a, and 2 times 3 will give me 6. And that's your answer. 2a plus 6, nice and easy. Stepping up a little bit, we've now got a coefficient, so a number in front of my variable here, in front of my letter, but don't let it put you off. Draw yourself your table, or your grid, whatever you want to call it. 4 is on the outside, 3a minus 2 is in the bracket, so that goes at the top. Timesing, 4 times 3 is 12, so 4 times 3a is 12a. 4 times 2 is 8, so 4 times minus 2 must be minus 8. And again, that's just your answer, 12a minus 8. This one here, got two different variables here, both with coefficients. Again, don't let it put you off, just draw yourself a nice little quick grid. 5 is on the outside, 4c plus 5d at the top, and times them. 5 times 4 is 20, so 5 times 4c must be 20c, and then 5 times 5 is 25, so 5 times 5d must be 25d. Don't forget to write your answer in the exam in the space provided, because we want to make it nice and easy for the examiner. Looking a bit trickier now, where we've got actually a letter or a variable on the outside. Again, exactly the same method. Don't let it put you off. Draw yourself a nice little grid. 3e on the outside, and then 2e minus 3e squared goes on top because that's inside the brackets, and we just times them. 3 times 2 is 6. E times e is e squared. There's my minus, you can put that in there if you like. 3 times 3 is 9. E times e squared, well, that's the same as saying e, and then e squared means e times e. So e times e times e, that's the same as saying e cubed. We just add 1 to the power. Okay, don't forget to write out your answer. 6e squared minus 9e cubed. Excellent. So that's just expanding single brackets. Now we're going to have a look at expanding and simplifying single brackets when there's two of them and we're adding or taking away in the middle there. Take it step by step. Expand this first one, then expand this second one. So let's do that. Let's do the first one. So 3 on the outside, x plus 2. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. Next one here, 5, and there's my grid, x plus 4 inside the brackets, 5 times x, 5x, 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, so there's the expansion bit. We now need to simplify. We need to put these two bits together. So let's actually just write it out before I simplify it, just so you can see. So there's the first one. I'm adding this, so plus 5x plus 20, and then we just simplify it, hence the expand and simplify part to the question. So 3x plus 5x is 8x, and then 6 plus 20 is 26. Okay, and there's your answer. They do get a little bit trickier, which is what we're going to have a look at here. It's upside down. Let me just double check that's in view. Yep, lovely, we're in business. Okay. Exactly the same steps. Expand this one, expand this one. So let's do that. So here's my first one, 4 on the outside, 3x plus 1 there. And I'll write it out now. 5 and 2x minus 3. So we're going to expand both of those first. So 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 1 is 4. So 12x plus 4. Next one, 5 times 2x is 10x. 5 times minus 3 minus 15. Again, you can write that out. So 12x plus 4 is the first one. And then this one here, plus 10x minus 15. We now need to simplify it. So 12x plus 10x, 22x. And then 4 minus 15, or you could do minus 15 plus 4, whichever way around you want to consider it. Either way, you get to minus 11. Last one, and this is the tricky one. It always trips people up, and you can have a look at it and try and spot this in the exam if you like, where it's a minus here, and it's also a minus here. And I'll come to why that trips people up in a second, but if you spot that, just bear this in mind. So let's expand them. There we go, there's the first one. And careful, this isn't a plus 2, this is a minus 2. So minus 2 needs to go on the outside, and that's the first thing that people might make the mistake of. And then obviously, talk about making mistakes, I'm going to make my one myself. So minus 2, and then 3x minus 8. Okay, so let's do this one first. 6 times 2x is 12x, and then 6 times minus 1 is minus 6. This one here, minus 2 times 3x is minus 6x. And now this bit is where everyone goes wrong. Minus 2 times minus 8. A minus times a minus is a positive, and obviously 2 times 8 is 16, so it's positive 16. So that's where you're going to make a mistake, times in those two negatives. Just like before, put it all together. I'll come down here, a bit of space. 12x minus 6 was the first one. Then minus 6x plus 16 was this one here, accounting for that tricky bit there that people make mistakes for. And again, we simplify it. 12x minus 6x is 6x minus 6 plus 16, or 16 take away 6, whichever way, gives you plus 10. Okay, so be careful of that double negative. Trips people up all the time. Hopefully that helps, guys. Cheers.